All right. Beat Saber. That is a thing that I do. I've been doing Beat Saber things for well over 2 years. I remember when they first announced this game actually at one of the E3s, and the concept just blew my mind. And I followed him on Twitter, and yeah, right up to the release date. Like, yes, this is gonna be excellent. Beat Saber is a rhythm-based music game. Yeah, that sums up everything I ever wanted in life. Pretty much. Rhythm-based music game. Do you remember DDR? Do you remember Dance Dance Revolution, where you had like a dance mat for your PlayStation? And you get all the arrows on the screen, and you had to like jump around on the mat, and follow it. And like, yeah, I was pretty good at that as well, actually. Just music things in general, to be fair. So if they're gonna make a music game, then take my money. Yeah, so I was playing it for a while, got pretty good at it. Thought I'd buy a green screen, pinned it across my curtains, and I just watched the first video I ever made back, actually, and it's shockingly bad. But I remember as soon as I made it, I was like, wow, this is cool. This is a thing I can do. So then I bought another green screen, and I made it bigger, and I put it on the other wall, and then I took that down, and then I painted both of my walls, and then I put the green screen thing on the floor, and then I bought new mats, and I bought new lights, and then I ripped my lights out the ceiling. All for Beat Saber, by the way. I've put a lot of time into this, and money. In fact, the only reason I even bought a PSVR headset was for this game. And then 4 months later, when I'd kind of gone past that, I then bought an Oculus Rift X just for this game. Many of my computer upgrades in the last 18 months or so have all been also for this game. Yeah. On average, I think I play this like... Nowadays, it's like a couple of times a week. It's about 2 hours a time. It used to be daily for like 4 hours a time. If I make videos for this, I film them all in one go. I'll do about 10-12 videos in one set. I mean, that's the time included in all the failures and reruns that I do, or if I'm not happy with how the track turns out. So I've maybe filmed about 20 in one go, and then I've got to cut them all down and edit them as well. So when I do a Beat Saber recording session, it's normally about 7 hours. Yeah. And I will always edit as soon as I've done them as well, because obviously it comes out in one big file, so I need to have remembered what tracks I've done in what order and where I want to cut them and which ones I want to cut out. So I've got to do that while it's fresh in my mind. I can't go to sleep and then do that the next day. So yeah, it's intense. It's basically a job. A job that I'm not getting paid for. Super. Yeah, so I get asked a bunch of questions on the regular, like, how do you play it? Do you need a green screen to play it? Can my kids play it? What console do you need? What equipment do you need? Blah, blah, blah. So I'm going to run through a few of those, but probably not all of them. But if you've got any other questions and stuff, just ask me in the comments or send me a message, and I'll gladly help you with the setup and things. Most of it comes down to what you already have, which is why it's so difficult to make recommendations on this, because, for example, if you already have a PlayStation, if you've got a PS4, PS4 Pro or PS5, lucky bastard, then the best thing you can do is just go and buy a PSVR. In fact, if you've already got a PS4 or 5, why haven't you got a PSVR? Like, why aren't you already doing that? Why aren't you already playing this game? Yeah, so if you've got a PlayStation, go and get PSVR and buy the game. Easy. If you don't have a console, if you're not a console gamer and you've got a PC, then you're probably already aware of the headsets you can get. Like you'll be looking at an Oculus Rift S or a Valve Index, or there's a few others out there now as well. So that's just a little bit of research and choosing whichever one you want. Again, if you want some recommendations on that, just ask. If you're not a big gamer and you don't have a console and you've not got a PC that's good enough for this, like so like if you're like a designer or something, or a video editor, then you might already have a PC that's good enough to play games, but maybe you're not that into it. I still think the best way for you to go would be to buy the Rift S at that point. But if you have neither of those things, or you're just looking to get into it, or maybe you're thinking of letting your kids have a go. Also, when I say kids, I think the actual Beat Saber recommendation on this is you've got to be over 12. That said, I've seen kids younger than that play this, but I highly recommend it only be under supervision, mostly because when kids tend to have a VR headset on, they tend to start running around, because it feels like once you're in the game you can move around in this area. You're just going to run into stuff. Yep, that's a ding. And if an adult can do that, then yeah, your kids are gonna run around breaking stuff. So yeah, under supervision, but yeah, your kids can play this. It's not a complicated game. It's not a stressful game. It's not a scary game. It's not a gory game. It's not a. I don't see why there'd be any reason that your kids can't play this. That's just my opinion, of course. So the option for that is an Oculus Go. Personally, I don't rate it super highly, but then I'm like a pretty serious gamer, so I would have no reason to have an Oculus Go. It's for very casual gamers. It's also on the move as well, hence Oculus Go, because everything's built into the headset, so it's not wired into anything. It's not wired into a PlayStation, it's not wired into your PC, so you can take it on holiday with you, you can play it outside carefully. Yeah, so it has some other advantages as well. But it's a really good option if you're just looking to get into this without buying too much crazy equipment. I must stress, you do not need a green screen to play this game. I've had a lot of people ask me that as well. Like, how do you set up your green screen to be able to play this game? That's not it. It's not the green screen that's letting me play the game. The green screen is for recording this game. The only reason you can see me now there, and that's not like some computer generated version of me as a game character, that is literally me. So I filmed me at the same time I'm filming the game, and then I merged it all together. But you need a green screen to get this. That's the only way to do that. And it takes about 6 bits of software all running at the same time to put them all together, and they don't natively work together very well. It was that was weeks. That was such a steep learning curve. I'd never even really made videos before this, let alone mixed reality or gaming videos or anything. Wow, I basically went from knowing nothing about this to all of it. Yeah, mixed reality is what that's called, by the way. When you superimpose real life into a game world, it's mixed reality. Yeah, this game is amazing. It's by far the best game I've ever played for anything, ever. And I've played a lot of games. It keeps you really active. I mean, the difficulty levels on this seriously ramp up. Most of the videos I make are in Expert or Expert Plus. Some of them are in Expert Plus Faster. There's a track where I'm 7th in the world currently. I put a lot of time into this and I'm pretty damn good at it. It just comes from practice. But don't assume the whole game is hard, because it's not. It's really not. It started with 4 difficulty levels, so you had easy, normal, hard, and expert. no exaggeration when I say that easy is too easy for anyone. No matter your fitness level or your reaction speeds or anything like easy. Easy is basically the tutorial level. It's too easy to play for it to even be fun. So I think, yeah, most people somewhere average around like normal or hard. That's about it. And it's really fun. Really, really fun, even at those difficulty levels. Like, you don't have to play it all super complicated like this for it to have a good time. If you're doing this for exercise, then you need to get pretty good at it, because you only really start having a good cardio workout when you hit around about expert level. And as soon as you're in expert plus or expert plus faster, this is a serious workout. This is a serious workout. Like, do not underestimate how much effort this is taking me to do this. I have a Fitbit health tracker, and that will tell me most of the time I'm averaging around about 140 BPM in game, and when it gets really hard and really stressful, it will peak at about 180. I think I've pushed 200 on a couple of levels as well, so it is a serious workout. You'll get pretty nice arm definition from it as well. The first couple of days you play this, your arms will feel like you've been in a war. You will have some serious muscle aches the day after, but you'll get used to it. That'll wear off pretty soon, don't worry. Yeah, so if you've got questions about how you want to get into this, or like what your consoles and hardware options are, just drop me a message. It really depends on if you're likely to play other games as well, or if you're just looking to give it a go. I used to recommend that people just went to their nearest like tech store, like go and find a John Lewis or something, because you used to be able to just stroll in there and there'd be VR headsets, so you could just practice. You could just go in there, stick a headset on, give it a go. Obviously we can't do that now. Global pandemic and whatnot. Yeah, it's really good. It's really good for your body and your brain, actually, trying to keep up with this. Like, even when I watch this back, when I watch it back, it looks harder than it actually is. Like, when I watch it like this, I can't actually keep up with I can barely keep up with what I'm doing. It's a little bit different when you've got the headset on, because everything's coming straight at you, and it's a little bit easier to focus. I should point out this is actually one of my highest combo streaks as well. I think there's only one other track that beats this, and I got about 800 and something combo streak. You'll see it in a sec. I'll try and point it out. I think I hit 754 in this. Had my Weetabix that day. Had some serious amounts of coffee on that day. But yeah, I haven't put out a video in about 6 months, maybe longer. Got a little bit sidetracked. But I'm going to do some more. Since the last videos I put out, they actually released multiplayer for this. And that's right, you can do versus battles in this now. And I haven't even tried it. I haven't even been in that. I haven't even queued for it. I should definitely do that, and definitely make some videos of that. If anyone wants to get in on that, by the way, because I don't know how that comes across on the screen or how I can film that. But if anyone wants to be in on some multiplayer video action, let's do that. I just missed where I lost my combo there. Did you see it? Did you catch it? It went to like, so the combo's like here. That is your streak. That's how many you hit in a row before you miss one. I think I'm going to miss it. Yeah. I'm going to miss a few now. But basically, I've got to the point in the track where I've just lost my concentration. Yeah, right at the end. Yeah, so a couple of other main differences. If you buy this on PlayStation, and you've got the PSVR, you are limited to the tracks you can play that are available in the game. So that's the base tracks. Cat. So tracks that come with the base game, and then you've got all sorts of DLC packs that you can buy as well. But that's your lot. If you buy this on PC, and I'm now questioning if you can do that in Oculus Go. I want to say yes. If you play this on PC with any of those headsets, you can, like any other PC game, you can mod it. And there's, I want to say unlimited amounts of tracks. It's probably about 4,000 tracks currently. Because they're all made by the community. So it's the Beat Saber community that then made their own tracks at people's request. Some a little better than others. But they're all like peer rated as well. So there's a nice review system, a nice rating system. So you can be nice and judgmental and just rate people's tracks. But it also helps you to find the really good quality ones, which not just for fun of playing them, but for recording as well. Like, damn. I love this track. I love this track so much. The song as well is Immortals. Immortals by Wario. I'll put it in the description anyway. Tune. Absolute tune. I will also link in the description the original video of this without me talking all over it. But I've got like 100 Beat Saber videos on my channel. Please like and subscribe. I've worked hard. Yeah, I'm going to put some new ones out. I'm going to put some multiplayer things out and see what that's all about. It's tricky because a lot of these tracks have got copyright issues, so then making the videos and then putting them on YouTube just to be told there's like a copyright violation on it, and then it's like, well, this is one of the few tracks that does not have a copyright claim on it, which is why I'm also using it in this video. Yeah, let me know what your favourite tracks are. Let me know the level that you play at. Let me know if you feel like you've got stuck on a level and you're struggling to get past it. I've probably got some tips for you how to get to the next level for sure. There were a couple that I got stuck on and I had to sort of find some in-between ways of getting my skill level up before I could get from the jump from hard to expert is crazy, but the jump from expert to expert plus is absolutely ludicrous. Absolutely ludicrous. And it took me a long time. I actually never thought I was going to be able to get up there. Never. I had to be very, very tactical about how I was progressing to be able to do that. It's a massive step. But also, I'm now kind of stuck being expert plus in faster mode because there isn't anything beyond that. I've kind of maxed the game out, which is probably why I don't play it as often anymore. Still like it though. I fully expect them to put a new difficulty level in, but they're gonna have a really hard time with that now. Same as when they had the first 4 levels of difficulty and then they added Expert Plus. They had to go back and rewrite a new difficulty level for all the previous tracks that they had already released. Damn. Which is now 2 years ago that they did that. So all the packs that they've released in the meantime, if they wanted to add a new difficulty level now, it's well over 100 tracks I think now. Must be. We're close to it. Yeah. Imagine having to go back and remap, and it's not just mapping, you're then mapping the most difficult level you've ever made. Same as when they did Expert Plus. They are going to have to do something about it because there's a percentage of the player base now that we are stuck at the top of this. And there's not a lot we can do about it. We can't really make the game harder ourselves, particularly other than in the community made levels. We want some actual real levels. There needs to be a nightmare mode for this. Maybe you're kicking yourselves a little bit that you called it Expert Plus, because really the only way you can go after that now is Expert Plus Plus. Do you want to name the next difficulty level Plus Plus, or are you going to have to rename the Plus so that you can then call the next level something else, like Nightmare or Doom or Chaos or whatever it's going to be? Yeah. I wonder what their thought process of that is, because maybe you just make a new difficulty level and you just add it to the tracks that will be released from this point onwards. I can't imagine the amount of hours it would take to have to add a new difficulty level to your entire back catalogue that you already have. Yeah, I feel like that's not a thing. So there's also a couple of other modes. You can do one-handed Beat Saber mode, which is okay, but I'm like, I've got two hands. I want two Beat Sabers. Like, I've done a couple of them. It's not my thing. I've got two hands. You've got 90-degree mode, which essentially gives you three tracks, 3 lanes. Like how this is like one lane. You've got like one lane of blocks coming at you. In 90 degrees, you've basically got 3. And it just kind of pans back and forth. So it's not as random as you think. It's not too chaotic. Sort of does a bit to the left and a little bit to the right. You've also got 360 levels, which is the same thing, except literally 360. And again, it's not as chaotic as it sounds. It's not just like they're suddenly going to appear from behind you, because that'd be dumb. You wouldn't be able to see it. So it just sort of pans through and then pans back around a little bit, and it's nice. It's nice. It's an absolute nightmare to record, because you do actually have to turn around in the game, and obviously I've got my cables here and I've got things. I will try and make some videos of that, because it's cool and it looks really cool. And it's really hard because obviously for half the track you're kind of then looking at the front of me. So imagine if the blocks were coming from this direction here and I was facing the other way in the video for half the track while I'm spinning around trying to saber everything. It's cool, but it's really difficult to get that to come across well in a video. I'll give it a go. Might make a couple. Probably won't make too many. Yeah, I need to do some multiplayer videos. It's cool. It's really hard to get much traction on this channel. It's really hard to promote this. Like I can talk about it on Facebook and Instagram and stuff, but they're never really going to share my posts, particularly because obviously YouTube doesn't have any affiliation with Facebook, and Facebook doesn't particularly like sharing your YouTube posts and your YouTube videos. So yeah, it's tricky. It's tricky. What I'd like to do is try and merge some videos together, like multiplayer aside. I'd like some other people that have also green screened and done the same tracks as me to then put our tracks side by side. Almost like comparison, which I kind of guess is what multiplayer is, but that might be more difficult. It might be easier to do it, to just mush 2 videos together. I don't know. There's a lot of things I want to try with this. Chris, that is a thing we can do. You also have green screen and VR and Beat Saber, but you don't have much time. That'll be the downside. But you do have all the other things that I need. We need to try and do some joint videos on this. Yeah, that's about it. I doubt you're still even watching this video by now, but if you are, awesome, thanks. yeah, go and check out some more videos. But let me know if you've got questions about about playing this for yourself. Or if you want to come round and have a go when this pandemic bollocks is over, let me know. We'll have a Beat Saber party. It's awesome fun, really. Don't drink too much when you play this. Caffeine is better for playing this game than alcohol is, by far.